Hey everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Today we're going to continue setting up our starting infrastructure for the 10K base. We're at 4,000 rockets launched now on the original part of the base. And it's encouraging to see a number that's evenly divisible by 8. That means everything is still working as it should. So we've got now most of our uranium processing set up, as well as our ability to make train fuel. Although I see that the train fuel has stopped. Why is that? Petroleum. Oh. I see an issue here. So my solid fuel from petroleum has stopped producing because the belt is full. I think I need to make it so that this is always the priority on the output, because my light oil production has stopped and then I can't make rocket fuel. Let's go fix that. I didn't notice that until just now. While we're traveling, we've got an iron mine set up, and I built our first iron depot. So we've got some trains loaded with iron ore that are ready to go. We also have a depot now for coal, and those are coming from this coal mine up here. Now, my coal patches and stone patches in this particular playthrough are smaller than the iron and copper, and they're not big enough to fit the full length of one of my trains on there. Right? So I can't do direct loading, which is why I set it up this way. So what I found is that about 3 miners per side with speed modules are enough to saturate a blue belt, or get pretty close to it. So I just set up 8 sets of 6 mining drills that will feed chests over here. So we'll do it like this for now, and hopefully this will be fast enough to supply the base. If it turns out not to be, then I'll do what I did previously, which is to use Creative Mod to just create some coal patches and stone patches that I can pull from with with direct drilling. But for now, we'll see if we can get by with this. Okay, so now in the uranium processing, I have the coal fed by train. We've got the sulfuric acid coming in for the mine, and then we need to bring in iron plate so that we can make the nuclear fuel cells. And the iron plate, now that we've got iron ore, my plan is to build our first iron smelting setup over here in this grid cell, which I think is G, A, B, C, D, E, F. No, it's F2, according to our master plan here. F2 is one of the 2 iron smelting areas that we'll have set up. All right, so we'll get to that shortly. Until then, let's fix this. And I think... Oh, my inventory's full because I'm carrying a bunch of stuff. Yeah. All right. So what we can do is something like this. And then I'll set the input priority on the right side. Crud. Okay, let's... That's not going to work. There we go. I want these to be on the same side of the belt. Okay, did it get going again? Looks like it did. Okay, great. Looks like that was enough to get it moving again. All right, so this way, what I want to make sure is that I use up all the petroleum. If anything is backed up, I want it to be the light oil, right? Not the petroleum. Because we need the light oil to feed this as well. So I think this should make that happen. Okay, good. So let's go set up some iron smelting. And I'm going to use basically the same design as I used in the original grid, except for the input and output stations, because those need to conform to the new train configuration. So we'll build those first, and then we'll copy paste the actual smelting, and then we should be in good shape. Okay, here we are. Let's label it. So this is going to be F2. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that where I did it in the other ones? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Well, not quite the same place. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. F2. Okay, well, let's start with the input stacker. And that goes 4 pulls down, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That signal gets removed. Again, I'm going to leave trees unless they really need to be removed. All right, so then I'll do a single train stop like this one. And let's take out everything that we don't need from here, which would be chests and inserters. Those are going to have to be placed differently. I think everything else is okay. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of this. So this will be iron plate A, unload. Right, I think that's how we're naming the stations. Yeah. Oh, I labeled these iron ore. You know, really what it should be is iron plate A, iron ore unload. Okay. And this is set up for 2 trains at a time, which is fine. Okay. Now I'm gonna clear these trees ahead of time. Now let's copy our unloader, which looks like this. Okay, so we've got 1 and 2. And then we can eliminate these red wires. We only need to monitor the first set of chests. All right. 1, 1, 2. And then I'll remove the red wire from there. And then I'll copy the rest. 1, 1, 2. And 1, 1, 2. Okay, so there's our unloading. But this is now no longer, the center of the cargo wagons is not in the center of the grid. So what I want to do now is I want to relocate this whole thing. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's copy station names. Okay, and I'll hold on to that blueprint for now, and then I'm going to delete this. All right, and then we'll try to get this centered, which I think looks like is going to be right there, right? Because that large power pole right there is the middle. So 1, yeah, that looks perfect. So that's our new alignment for the train stations. All right, now let's fix this. I'm going to make a little copper wire. And I'm going to remove that, and let's connect it like that, because that looks better to me. Okay, so I think our input station is all set. Now let's come over here. And I think we had this looks pretty well centered, right? So let's copy this. This is going to be kind of our little measuring stick for where we want to start to set these up. I'll place this over here to the side. We'll use that as a reference for pasting in the actual smelting array. Okay, so I'll just copy from belts going in to belts coming out. Like that. Okay, so it's going to be aligned with that. And then we need to get this. Is that right? Yep. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, let me do this. I'll put one of these in the center too. Yeah, I guess it'll have to be shifted one way or the other. since this can't be precisely centered since it's 3 wide, but we'll line up with that. Okay, so first we'll align there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll align there. Shift click and paste. And then I will remove the trees from the middle of all these buildings. There are a few that are not going to be pasted over otherwise, but we'll leave all the rest of them. Okay, so I need a lot more beacons. I need modules. I did load another train car with inserters and lights and underground belts before we came, so that'll help a bit. I do need to spend some time setting up my train wagons so I have more supplies on hand. Okay, so now we just need beacons and modules. And I think I might have to go back for more beacons. Yep. Guess there wasn't enough room in the train to load all the beacons that I needed. Maybe what I'll do, I know there are mods where you can change the stack size of certain items. Maybe I'll look for a mod where I can change the beacon stack size to 50. My UPS is dropping. I wonder why. Transport lines, entity update. Trains. Huh. Strange that even distribution uses up so many cycles. Maybe I'll disable that mod. But it's weird because for a while I was running at 60 or very close to 60, and then now all of a sudden I just have dropped by like 3 or 4. So I'm not sure why I'm just seeing it now and in such a significant amount. Maybe it's because the map is getting so much bigger. I don't know. Oh well, we'll keep going. I mean, if it gets to the point that the UPS becomes intolerable, then you know we'll just quit and start a new series, I guess. Am I out of speed modules? Really? Oh, crap. Okay. All right, well, I know what we can do. Let's send the train to go reload on modules while we connect all the belts. Yeah, that's all we're lacking right now. All right, let me take out these trees. This power pole can be in a more aesthetically pleasing location. I like that better. And then we'll go into map view and get my power grid comb. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to walk it. So we had some crisscrossed wires up here that are totally unacceptable. Let's put in a radar as well. Okay, so radars go down there. Is the plural of radars, or is the plural of radar radar, or radars with an S? I feel like it should be radar without the S, but, well, I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking. Okay, and then the next set of radar go in the center of the grid above us. So let's go plop those down as well. Okay, the center of the grid above us doesn't exist yet. Well, we can fix that pretty quick. There. Now we have a center of a grid. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That goes there. And we'll have to come back with landfill to finish that off. We might even need to come back with rail to finish it off. No, I think I have enough material. Well, I might be short on signals. Yeah, I am. I'm short on... Or am I? Did I have precisely enough? I'm not getting any warning. Oh, no, I will need some more down here. Let me just see if I can handcraft a few. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There. So that should give us total coverage. All right, let's bring the train back. Okay, So now you're going to see why I wanted to change the train configuration. Because it should make this part much easier. Because now they all line up very closely with the inputs into the grid of beacons. Not exactly, but none of these have to cross one another, which is essentially the result I was hoping for. There, that job was much easier. Here we go. How many do I need? Well, I'll just take all of them, and whatever I don't use, I'll put back in there. Or most of them. Okay, we're built. Pardon me. Alright, we've got some oil up here, so I'm going to grab my ore eraser. We'll get rid of that. Let's also get rid of that. Okay, and then we just need to build the output station. Beacons go here, I think. Alright, let's put our modules back. And let me grab some more signals. And I'll get some more rail as well. Okay, so now we'll want the output stacker. There we go. And that goes right there. And I have to remove this. I wish there was a way to put a negative, like a negative item on a blueprint so that, like for example, I always have to take out this signal manually. I think it would be cool if you could put like a negative signal on this blueprint so that it would deconstruct that one, if there's one there, and then construct whatever's not there. I think that would be a great feature. Okay, so now we need the loading station. Yeah, so I'll copy all of this. Minus the inserters, chests, belts. And I think the rest of that should be okay. Except for the location. The location's actually going to have to change. Well, let's do it like we did before. We'll build it first, and then we'll move it to where it needs to go to line up best. Okay, so let's copy some more of those. And some more of these. Or maybe I'll just do substations. Yeah, I'll do substations after I build it. Okay. So then I'm going to want to copy basically all that, right? remove the rail. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, and I was still using iron chests back in those days, so we need to replace those with steel. Okay, and then we need to move that. All right, now let's filter for medium electric poles. And we'll remove those. And we'll power instead with substations. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do it like this. All right. All right, and now I'm gonna blacklist the rail. Remove all that. And then we'll put it in the center. Let's see, is that the center? I think we can move it over by 1 tile. Well, yeah. Let's move it over by 1 tile. So I want that to be right there. Oh, I can't. Okay, that's because I have that train station there. I need to get rid of that. No. No, I can't do that. Okay. I can't do that because the train station is... I think if I do that, I'm not going to be able to get the train station in the correct place. Yeah, then my train station is going to be off by 1 tile. Okay, so it'll have to be either there or there. I think here is better. So I moved it by 2 tiles. And that way these belts and these belts are not going to overlap. I think it'll work out better this way. Okay, that's our output station. And this is going to be iron plate A load. Looks good. So then this will become the new blueprint for smelting. Okay, I guess we're ready to test it out. Let's see if I made, I don't know if I made the sourcing priority yet. No, I didn't. I did make one for coal, so again, I'm going to use letters instead of numbers on this side of the base. All right, so we're going to call this, well, we need an iron ore. I don't know if I want to pull from depot A. I really should have put the depot right here, because there's going to be one there. That'll be depot C. Maybe I should do that. Let's look at our master plan again. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there should be one right here. So let's make iron depot C and pull from that instead. Need to zoom out. I know there's a signal in here that I need to get rid of, but I can't see it. Yeah, that one. Okay. Let's get rid of this huge copper patch. I kind of feel bad doing that, but at the same time, we've got plenty of big copper patches outside of the grid that we can use, so it's really not a big deal. Okay, and then I'll copy the text plate. I'll grab the corner of that rail as a reference. Okay, let's try that again. F2. Oh, no, this needs to be F1, right? Yeah. Okay, and then we move these trains. Instead of a depot, I want them to go to the C depot. And then I'll copy that. Okay, and they're going back to load again, even though they're full already. Except for the last one, which I told to come directly to the depot. That's okay. They'll be along shortly. Okay, so now let's make a new sourcing priority. And this one is going to be iron ore C. And we are going to pull from Depot C. Okay, here comes the first train. Let's see if this all works properly. I don't know why it wouldn't, but you never know. Here's something we can fix. There. I had an underground belt where I didn't need one. Kind of a waste. Okay. So now we're making iron plate. And the next thing we'll need to do then is make an iron plate depot, which will be 1, 2 in cell G5. Okay, so we'll make the iron plate depot so that we can pick up from here, and then once we have that, we can request iron over here for our nuclear fuel production. And then once I've got that all taken care of, then we can start placing some additional reactors on the map. That'll be for next time. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. See you all soon. Bye-bye.